Nelson Mandela to me is the picture of a statesman, an African statesman, who really was a father, and his memory remains with us as a father in the continent.
Well, to me, when I think of Nelson Mandela, I think of and envision a United States of Africa, where all African nations are coming together and young leaders are being selfless to strive for the betterment of the continent and the global community in general.
Nelson Mandela is this fantastic human being. I think what I like most about Nelson Mandela is the fact that he has fight not for him but for the next generation. He has liberated a generation coming after him, and that's the meaning of fighting for something.
For me, Nelson Mandela is really the definition of power with elegance, because Nelson Mandela sacrificed his life, sacrificed a simple, quiet life to be able to help the nation, not just for that generation, but future generations, because we are drawing lessons from him up to now, and I'm sure for the next 100, 200 years in the future, we'll continue to do that.
Nelson Mandela to me represents hope, because in the middle of darkness and in such a bad prison, he was able to see a glimpse of hope. So he represents to me hope.
So when I think about Mandela, I understand what it means to be free. He sacrificed his freedom for the freedom of Africa, and he understood his goal, so he wasn't agitated at all, and he was just focused about the outcomes. And for me, I understand what it means to make a sacrifice.
Nelson Mandela is the epitome of heart and what it means to be a true leader, because he was able to see the bigger picture and understand that in order for change to happen, everybody needed to do it together.
I would have to concur with you. Nelson Mandela is the father of the nation. For me, he literally liberated my own family out of a struggle that was happening in Botswana and the struggle that was happening in South Africa. And I remember the day that he came out of prison. That was the first time I'd seen my grandmother smile in a very, very long time. And ever since, I have had opportunity because of the struggle and the sacrifices that he and other struggle icons went through.
He was someone who was broken down for 27 years. He was in prison for 27 years. But after that, he was still a man. Many people will not survive that. But he survived, and he went on to be president. And what is amazing about him is, after doing what he was destined to do, he handed over power, and the country is prospering now. So Nelson Mandela, to me, is the father of resilience.
Utata Madiba, as the South African calls him, is an inspiration to me. I believe he's somebody who played an active role on bringing peace and security as well as unity amongst not only African, not only South African, but other people around the world.
Mandela is a leader that did not just fight for his cause at the end. It was the cause of everybody else. It was the most noble cause, and he's the very symbol of freedom.
When I think about Nelson Mandela, I see forgiveness. Forgiveness in that sense that he was able to forgive all those who hurt him. So despite the hurt, despite the grief, the sorrow he went through, he was able just to forgive and forget. So for me, Nelson Mandela equals forgiveness and moving forward and helping others just to be free.
So Mandela is someone that I look to, and is someone that inspires me every day to ensure that whatever case the movement I get into power, I should also be prepared to come out of the power. And his inclusivity ideologies, I remember there was one speech where he was addressing the rugby players, and he was telling people there's nothing about black or whites here. We are all South Africans, and we should be having a goal of being South Africans.
Nelson Mandela is an epitome of Africa, the Africa that we all desire to have. Nelson Mandela speaks social justice, speaks equity, and it's a reminder to all of us that if one man spent his life laying the foundation, we all should continue in the steps so that we can make his legacy to be perpetuated.
So for me, they inspire me trust, they inspire me courage, and also the choice of your partner, to have someone who will be there for you in case of problem when you are not there or you are in trouble. You have someone who can say something for you. But for me, I see Mandela as a couple, Winnie and Nelson together, they are stronger. It's for me what I would say.
Like he was referred to as Dada. For me, he's more like a grandfather. Because when he came, like when South Africa gained freedom in '94, I think I was like 9 years old. So it was also like this grandfather figure. And coming from the Eastern Cape, everyone talked about him in that way. So for me, it's always been like this grandfather that you respect, that you can get wisdom from. Yeah.
Nelson Mandela to me is the father of Africa. Nelson Mandela showed us what the true meaning of forgiveness is, and he's like a melting pot where everyone added their problems, and then he stood tall against the apartheid regime, and then he did not only fight for South Africans, but he fought for all the Africans, and it's because of Nelson Mandela that we are here today.
I stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people. Your tireless and heroic sacrifices have made it possible for me to be here today. On this day of my release, I extend my sincere and warmest gratitude to the millions of my compatriots and those in every corner of the globe